Hey guys, welcome back to Happening Now with Hammer. Ed and I just saw a really cool movie. I got to tell you, Guy Ritchie, I like his politics, I like his movies, and this movie, Covenant. Ed, what'd you think?
I thought it was outstanding, Hammer. I mean, being in the region for several years, being stationed at Bagram, being stationed at Kandahar a couple of times, Bagram, as it was depicted in the movie, was accurate. I mean, it really looked like Bagram.
Well, the interesting thing is Jake Gyllenhaal played Master Sergeant, right? John Kinley.
Yeah,
And you, that's an E8, right? Master Sergeant?
yeah, correct.
And you were an E9, and what is that?
I was a sergeant major.
Sergeant Major.
Yeah.
Basically a lifer.
Right.
Yeah, well, you got a little life left in you. But guys, I got to tell you something. They did a great job in this thing, and the beautiful thing about this movie is it really gives you um, a lot of respect for all religions and all people. And when you have a covenant with somebody, and a covenant is basically, it all depends, if you're talking about the Bible or but it's an agreement or a promise or a guarantee, a contract. And I can't tell you exactly what happened, but Jake Gyllenhaal, Master Sergeant John Kinley, who he played, went out on patrol. And tell us what happened, Ed.
Well, it's honestly it's a thing that happens more often than not in this day and age of guerrilla warfare, more or less. Hammer, you get out there, you get intelligence, and you go out and you get an interpreter, and you also, in this case, he had what they call an Afghan regular, regular army Afghan with him.
That's the interpreter.
No,
Oh, okay.
the other gentleman, that the scene where the interpreter beat up the guy.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
when
that was
Muhammad,
that was Iraqi regular army who were at the time they're vetted, but when somebody's holding your family hostage, Hammer, you're going to do things out of character. I don't care,
right?
you know. I mean, I got it. Me and you are brothers in combat, but you know
Family's a whole different game.
exactly. And that's going to skew your thinking, man. I don't care who you are.
But what I feel bad about is that there was an estimated 300 interpreters died in Afghanistan, and most of them died when America did their really shit job when they pulled out.
Exactly.
And all those interpreters and their families had, bounties on their heads.
They still do, Hammer, to this day.
To this day, they say there's about 10,000 to 20,000 interpreters still and their families in hiding trying to get out.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. But quite honestly, America's got a long history of doing this. Unfortunately, me and you spoke about it earlier. It goes back to the Bay of Pigs. We sold the Cubans out.
Yeah.
Then you go to Vietnam. We left the Montagnards up there after we, taught them how to use our weapons and stuff. And then you fast forward to Desert Shield and Desert Storm 1. We left the Kurds hanging out there for Saddam to gas them and kill them.
Name one war that the United States of America, or for that matter, anyone, didn't go to war when it didn't concern money, and it's always about money. This big industrial USA that we live in loves war.
Well, remember they say that's the biggest way to pull an economy out of the crapper.
Right.
Is, because you put everybody to work. You got to build tanks, you got to build guns, you got to make band-aids, you got to get food. You got to get these supply lines out there. Everybody goes to work. World War II, look, it pulled us out of the depression. So, there's a lot of reasons countries go to war. Religion and money. That's it, though. To me, that's the two main reasons.
So, guys, in Covenant, John Kinley, Master Sergeant, he was injured very badly, and Ahmed basically carried him and drug him for almost 100 miles to Bagram Air Force Base. And they became folk heroes, and they sent the Master Sergeant, home and left Ahmed in Afghanistan. And he was a fugitive. His wife, his baby, and himself were on the run for about 6 months. And this Master Sergeant was trying to do everything with government to get it done. He finally had to take a loan on his house and hired some basically peacekeepers or some heavies, and they went over there and got the guy. But that's what it took, because the Master Sergeant had a covenant with Ahmed who had rescued him like 4 or 5 times, 6 times. And you guys got to see this movie. I got to tell you, Guy Ritchie did a great job, don't you think?
Oh, outstanding. That's the worst shit terrain that you'll ever see in your life. Basically, Bagram Air Base is in a bowl.
Okay.
And you got mountains that surround you completely. And it's just goat trails in and out of there. And that's what this dude had to carry this guy over, and he wheeled and dealed and got a goat cart. And yeah, but I'm telling you, to hoof it over that is, you ain't going to see an American doing it.
Yeah, with no water,
Yeah, the guy had no food, no water.
No.
No,
and he's trying to care for this Master Sergeant who's all, shot up.
Well, he's got to keep him quiet because he never knows. Taliban's all around you. I don't care.
Right.
Even when we were on Bagram Air Base, there was Taliban in there. They, like I said, when you vet somebody, that don't mean nothing. It's just a feel good measure to give you the warm and fuzzy.
Did you have any of the Taliban that were inside Bagram ever attack anybody?
We had very little what they call blue on green in Bagram. Okay. We had a couple of nights where they did get into the wire there at Bagram. But, there's so many countermeasures that they have out there, being infrared cameras, security, there's just tons of security measures that they've got around these bases to protect them. And honestly, it doesn't take long to neutralize the problem.
I got to tell you something. I was super impressed when Puff the Magic Dragon made that turn. And, that was total annihilation.
Well, those airships those are gunships. They're not airships, but the gunships are just, yeah, that and an A-10 are, well, it's a combined effort, because generally speaking, you're going to have Apaches and A-10s. And then if it gets really bad, then you call that gunship in. And,
yeah, but what resources didn't that airship have? That thing just...
he's got 50 cals. He's got 105 millimeter cannon. He's got Gatling guns. He's got, I think they're 25 millimeter or 30 millimeter Gatling guns on there. I forgot how many rounds a minute they put out.
Yeah, but don't they hit like every inch?
You just see stuff turned to powder.
Right.
It's a lot of what he did, I think, was a very accurate depiction of what he could do without actually having footage and being able to use the same kind of assets that the United States military has in the region.
It was awesome. And hey, great job, Guy Ritchie. I mean, another great movie, and Jake Gyllenhaal and Dar, and I mean, they all did a great job. Guys, if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Check it out. You're really going to like it. I give it a 5 stars out of 5 myself. What do you think, Ed?
Hey, I'm there with you, man. Thumbs up. He did a great job. He did a lot better with that than some of the others I've seen out there.
Very true. Guys, we'll catch you next time. Enjoy that movie.
John, you have tallies approaching. You still don't remember a thing.
I don't remember any of it.
I only remember the interpreter.
Why he wants this job?
I need the money.
Don't disappoint. Turn out to be a pain in the ass.
No, not me, sir.
Money isn't the reason he wants this job.
It's Alabama killed his son.
Stop the vehicle, Sergeant.
We don't want to go down this road.
You're out of your bounds, Ahmed. You're here to translate.
Actually, I'm here to interpret.
John, you have tallies approaching.
Well, I won't back down.
For 3 weeks, this family believed you were dead. We owe that man your life.
There wasn't enough for him to carry me across those mountains. Now he's hiding in a hole somewhere. I should be in that hole.
You could stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't.
Everything all right, John?
No, everything's not all right.
There is a hook in me. Ahmed and his family are in trouble.
We can't intervene.
I am gonna have to get him out myself.
Listen, you're gonna be alone.
There ain't no
You gotta adapt. Use what you got.
If you can give me the location, if I can get him out of the country.
It's too dangerous. You'll become very popular with the Taliban.
I miss you. Love you, Daddy. Love you, Daddy.
You think if I could be free of this debt, I would be?
You think I have a choice?
There is no choice.
No, I won't back